working. Uh-oh, I'm back. Can you believe it? I'm actually back. I'm here to talk about Pathfinder 2.0. Picked up some books, core rulebook, bestiary, some fun things there. But I got my group back together and I'm running, or have run, book 1. Agents of Edgewatch Adventure Path. Devil at the Dreamin' Palace. So, I finished that up. Took about a month. Been playing every Saturday. So, about to start book 2 this week. Anyway, book 1. There are a lot of pitfalls in this adventure path. The title alone is so spoilery. A lot of people will pick up on that based off of what it takes a theme of. The main villain you come across pretty quickly. There's just a lot of things the players will pick up on. The message boards on Paizo for this book have just been crazy. A lot of drama, a lot of people pissed off at the title, the introduction of the main supervillain, and a problem with the pacing of this book. You go from first level and halfway through 5th level, and it is unbelievable. You are stuck in first level for like 2 chapters. GM Facepalm. I had to throw that in there because you play Town Guards in Absalom, and there's just a lot of opportunity for corruption because they don't really give you much of a wage. And then you get the requisition stuff, and then you get to decide how you're going to find people and the amounts and such. So you can corrupt the system, you can corrupt the players, and this overall theme, story arc, very similar to history, and then also current events. So people are probably going to be upset. People might be sensitive to this information, whether it's about cops and stuff, or some of the horror elements here. The Player's Guide will give you and the players some opportunity to discuss that amongst yourselves and see if this adventure path is right for you. But nevertheless, you're stuck in Chapter 1, taking a tour of your precinct, and the first encounter starts off pretty great, but right away they throw things that are a couple levels higher than you, like 3 levels higher than you, and it's just really ridiculous. You're going to face a cockatrice, creature 3. You're going to face a weak owlbear, a rust monster. No, an elite rust monster. What? Creature 4. We got all sorts of things in here. Even in Chapter 2, you're getting thrown with a lot of different creatures. And then throw on the deadly weapon property. And then all of a sudden, fatal weapon property. And now you got like 3 damage dice going. Pretty much every hit's a hit. Their saving throws are so awesome. They're just making all their saving throws. They're hidden every time. They're dealing lots of damage. It seems like just these creatures, there's no real system to making them. It's just, we'll just pencil in this number here, and we'll make this one instead because that looks cooler. It just seems like these numbers are fudged with, and there's no real balance here. It's not until the players get around level 4 that they kind of reach their stride, and they start putting out some high damage dice, and they're hidden really well. They're kind of keeping up pace with the creatures, and there seems to be somewhat of a balance there. Feels a lot like Starfinder around level 4. But there's just a lot of spoilers in here that the PCs are going to pick up really quickly here. But there's a lot of great encounters. The maps are fantastic, really fantastic. Paizo always puts out the best maps. When you're talking about 5th edition, the maps are crap. Sometimes there's nothing there left to the imagination. So the maps are great. The toolbox in the back of the book is really awesome. You can get a lot of adventuring gear for the guards, your PCs. just be mindful not to throw in or have them look at some of the other items in here that are cataloged to a couple villains that you will fight. And unfortunately, they may reveal some of those spoils. So you'll definitely have to be careful of this. There's a lot of pitfalls in here. The staggering levels and the pacing of the levels is really, really off. One session, my group was level 3, and then the immediate session right after I had level 4. And it's just, they just leveled up to level 3. So it's just really strange. But the system itself is great. The 3-action economy is really fun, especially for me and for them. There's just a lot to do. The combat is really engaging. It's not bogged down at all, kind of like how Pathfinder 1.0 was. Be interesting to see how balanced it's going to be as far as the levels as you get to 20th or 18th or 17th. Because in 1.0 they were putting out 400 damage per round per character, and I'm like, I can't keep tripling and quadrupling the hit points, and it's just a complete mess. Touch AC, touch AC, touch AC. So I'm glad I made the switch over to 2.0. The playtest material was crap. It put off my players. It put me off just from them. So it kind of threw me out of the adventuring loop for a bit as far as running games. But I'm back in it now, and I guess we'll see how everything goes. But Book 2 is going to be this week. I'm going to run that, and that starts off pretty great. So just keep in mind, there are a lot of problems with this book. But with that in mind, it can still be a lot of fun. But as usual, Paizo puts out something, and there's not too much thought on it sometimes, such like Mythic Adventures. I could talk all day about that. But anyway, this is great, and your players will really jump out at the newspaper catalog or news article that you can give them as a player handout after they conclude Book 1, and it details a lot of the events that happened, or I should say all the events that happened in the book in a sort of Penny Dreadful kind of style. So that was excellent. So far, group's really enjoying it. We're getting our stride now, so hopefully it's just going to get better and better and better. But there's a lot of struggle in the beginning, so just be aware of that, and I'll see you next time. That's all I got for now. See ya.